And if anybody's going to be able to do it, it is going to be these guys. So Salty, another good spot because it is kind of the center of the map. You got a lot of rotations. You can kind of do exactly what you want to do. It allows you to be wherever you want with the zone as well. But with a Rift to go in the hands of High Distortion, I could see this team dropping on somebody any second now.
Slow this fight is going. A few shots toward the backside as he'll go and dodge a few of those. No problems. It looks as if he does spot one shot lands, and that's going to be it. The trusty tack is there for the time. So one already solidified. First blood almost. As quite a bit of HP loss coming in from HD. No resources either. And going for those desperate minis. Things that is important, though, is he does have that Rift to go if need be. Player trying to get to the structure. And can he survive? Not going to be able to. HD is down and probably thirsted. Yes. So now it is up to Cypher to get the reboot card to stay up. Like we said, there is that reboot van that's not going to be too far off. So it looks as if it's going to be Avery and Noah J starting to get to a few engagements here in Paradise. It may look like a vacation spot, but it's not going to be the case, at least for now. High ground as lost structures have fallen. And now it's up to Avery to possibly go for a play, trying to dodge the traps. And oh my goodness, thanks Scissors for that one. Those death runs have given him all the practice that he needs, and that tack is working very, very well. Attempted flint knock from the opponent is not going to land. Two quick ones found from Avery. He and Noah J live to see another day.
And I was thinking about how awkward this actually would have got. So think about this, right? You know, obviously, they're on the same squad. Respawn van goes into effect because let's say Avery drops right there. Noah goes to pick up Avery, but obviously, who else is going to get picked up? HD. Yeah. So all of a sudden, HD is now in the mix with your duo, and it could make things very awkward. And Cypher, unfortunately, you hear him once again talking about everybody keeps joining. Got to clean up that friends list, Cypher, if you don't want this to happen.
Exactly what I was talking about earlier on. You can go in there. It all depends on the angle in which you put that cone down, but you can literally do it through the cone. And to me, that's something that's very unique, and you got to be able to catch on to it quick because those seconds, those valuable seconds that you could use to maybe take another shot because of the cones there,
you know, kind of streamers do because they're consistently playing for their team, and even if they are going to play ranked mode or tournaments throughout the day, they're at least going to hop into a couple of squad lobbies. But here we go, first knockdown, first thirst in effect, flying through the air. Luckily catches himself as HD. That's going to be two in possession of him.
They're cleaning up the remainder of those kills that we saw prior. This is where they're going to be able to move through the map with the slipstream, land on any enemies in which they find. And you see the first one coming out looks a little bit like a, you know, kind of like a bot, but you see one enemy turning into three. Probably didn't expect that, so he kind of had to disengage for just a moment, but he's looking for that kill, which he dropped the shields already.
And Dynamite comes through, forced to back up a little bit. Going on the engagement, Noah in the mix, and there it is. It's going to be a couple attack shots to the head. Luckily, that opponent doesn't hit a shot, right? So he's able to maintain as most health as he wanted to. That's going to be another squad wipe.
As we do hear a few shots starting to be called out, and like we said, guys, this is where HD likes to roam. This is his playground, and we'll see how he and Cypher can do as a Rift to go actually gets utilized. Cypher to go and scout out this player for a little bit of information.
Just using that slipstream, kind of going in and out. But in this situation, though, Noah in a good position to potentially get an elimination, but his teammate does come up, and he's going to be able to get it. Avery, a solid duo, great support player, but can also turn up if he's alone himself.
HD and Cypher to get out of dodge may have not been the best case. I think those shots might even be coming from them. It's kind of hard to tell, but Noah J, just as we swap over, ends up getting taken down and will be thirsted in the process. So Avery, a lot of work to do. A reboot van needed as well. And with that player count starting to diminish, we'll see exactly how that will affect the strategies. And we'll look toward the bottom right to see exactly how Noah J ended up falling. Pretty much tries to build up. Might have got W keyed possibly here, guys. He's a superhero. I like he and Cypher's like team jerseys they got rocking right now. I respect that. Cypher takes down one pretty easily. Going for that back shot. It looks as if he does get the call. Hey, I broke the shield. We'll see whether or not he can finalize the fight. Goes for the quick edit. And takes him out with pretty much ease.
Hops in the box with him right there for a second. And he's going to go ahead and try to take this wall again or just push through. And they're going to do it from two different angles. Hopefully the guy's turbo build holds on enough. See what his ping's like.
Nice.
Takes an 80 shot to the face, getting taken out. You hear the communication coming out from these two. Nice.
Maybe a couple eliminations come their way, but the fact that they're sitting at a total of 25 eliminations each still shows, hey, oh, what? Of course, Jonesy's going to move at the wrong possible time as soon as the snipe is coming through, but not going to work. I mean, still going to be able to get the elimination. No, you know, Jonesy, no skin, whatever.
All the same.
All the same.
I mean, not really, but you know, we'll call it anyway. We'll go with it. It looks as if Cypher though spots someone just toward his south, and it looks as if that player's strategy is also going there as well. 12 eliminations is what Cypher will finish off with.
Now, when he potentially even have 15 to 20 eliminations towards the end. We know this is true, right? We've seen this happen several times, and I think it's going to be the same here. Loot, though, seems to be a little bit fruitful. We're already going to have 2 eliminations in the hands of Avery. Now, I'm not sure if his partner Noah is able to get a couple eliminations himself, but like you said, they have the mobility to slipstreams. They're going to be able to get out of there if they so decide. They want to push over to Neo. They can do that as well.
You see them with enough.
You love to see it.
Really
It's
do.
unique. I give him that.
Oh yeah, props to the backdrop. But it looks as if HD's gameplay done a lot when it comes into his stream, as he'll pretty much just W key that man to another
dimension.
Lobby, yeah, dimension as well. It looks as if he does have that gold tactical assault rifle. This has also been a major topic amongst the community in terms of, is it viable? Is it useful? Clearly HD is rocking it, at least for these mid type round fight, this kind of mid-round engagement, but it looks as if taking a little bit of damage from his own stink bomb, and I believe that should be his teammate most likely picking that one up. He and Cypher locking things down, and player might be trying to escape, and it looks as if he might be able to do so, but HD is not happy about that whatsoever. Still alive is the opposition, holding on to that high ground.
Nice.
He's got an unlimited source of those stink bombs, throws it out from the pocket, and that is going to land. Great stuff coming through from HD and Cypher as they are locking down Salty.
Yeah, he had to get sniped. No, okay, so he did go down. Because that would have been an unfortunate ending.
So he pretty much comes on the flank. This is a massive play, so he ends up knocking one, getting quite a bit of HP loss. No. That's got to be frustrating, as it looks as if there is going to be a grenade that possibly takes him down in the end. And yes, so he's thirsted. Rift to go on the ground, and now it is all up to Avery. Already up to 4 eliminations for the time. Possibly one more player left. Up.
TNT do they have?
Oh my gosh, Avery's going to be so aware of what's happening. A lot still to come. Players trying to take over the high ground advantage as he'll go and just have a trap toward his side. Trying to go for that high ground advantage. Desperately trying to get these bandages off. Oh, I think there might be a player just in front of him who's using a shadow bomb. Oh my goodness, Avery, I gotta say, the fact that he's still alive is impressive.
He's going down.
But it looks as if his structures could be ruined, and unfortunately is not gonna be able to escape.
That sucks.
As they both will go down, and that is going to be the game.
Got Nick, Mercs, and Neo, the duo. And these guys can play it out. They are incredibly solid, but going against the young guns, Slappy and High Sky. And
this is one that I was curious about, because this is kind of the definition of like that old school versus new school type battle. Nick Merckx, obviously one of the first Friday Fortnite winners, a lot of experience, and obviously recently added to FaZe Clan, right? That was just announced, so excited to see him, exactly how he can kind of progress. Obviously a talented, very talented player, also content creator as well, but he and Neo, as you were alluding to it, Taylor, play with each other all the time, super, super solid, and it looks as if they will be taking down possibly another player. By the way, Neo, overly aggressive or super aggressive isn't always the right choice.
And even if you're looking at the stats, too, I mean, Neo sits at about a 7 KD. He also has a 20% win rate, and a shot from Nick Merckx comes through big, gets one, goes for the full elimination. And, of course, he's not going to stop there. He's going to try and get some more. He knows the player's white. He's going to keep damaging Neo. Notice Neo. He's not going to waste any time. He's going to go ahead and go full send, push through, and potentially get the knock as well. But I love this dynamic. This duo is solid. And, honestly,
I would love to see Neo kind of do that right there. Just, kind of tap your L2 on the controller. Allows you to gain a little bit of auto-aim on the shot.
Yeah.
So once you guys can master that it kind of evens the playing field a little bit between the PC players that have a full arm of motion that are able to, macro their keys and everything compared to a controller. But showing that they can bang with the best of them. You see them going on the next attack. Neo, one of the best slayers for the World Cup qualifiers so far, not stopping anytime soon.
Wow. Yep,
And I like what the Salty Slayer was actually trying to do as well. He was waiting for them to break the wall down so he could try and get a one-shot on him, but it just didn't work.
I think I actually heard the call out from Slappy. He says, I need a long-range weapon, right? You're in Fatal Fields, open plains. You have a lot of work you need to do. I like the tack shoddy, but it definitely does not have the range. So as they engage on one portion of the map, we actually do catch in with where Nick Merckx and co are landing, and it looks as if they go toward the divot. So this is kind of more of a standard pick when it comes down to these public match formats. This is a spot that is very, very typical. So
I just think with the way Neo Tilted is right now, I think a lot of players, or at least the top players who are, building Maniacs, they don't necessarily feel the same because, like I mentioned,
and we'll definitely be looking for updates from that. But it looks as if right now High Sky and Slappy getting involved in a few engagements. High ground held, and it looks as if it will work out for High Sky, as that's going to be his first frag of the game.
Going through, trying to get another one down to just a couple HP. Slappy goes in on the attack. Player's going to build himself into a 1-by-1. They're going to go in and try and break the wall themselves. Wall broken, and player down. And you hear how excited he is. You gotta love Ice Guy. Can't wait to see the future of these young guys out here, to how well they're gonna do and how much they're gonna be able to do. Easy elimination coming in from Slappy. No big deal, kind of hit fire. 4 eliminations for Slappy. High Sky's got a couple himself, and more players continue to come. Obviously,
they have their hands full, especially since they trail around 26 kills. They need to be, in my opinion, they need to be a little bit more aggressive.
That's a big deficit.
That's pretty significant. Literally, we're giving a lot of credit to High Sky and Slappy, which well deserved. But Nick Mercs and Neo, even with the advantage that they hold, still are leading in just game 2 by itself.
Yeah, and they went Dusty, not even a hot drop, right? Dusty is the place to go. Dietrich and Rush did it in our Sunday showdown. They showed how well it could be. You got your rotations out of there. And despite the performance off the initial, High Sky and Slappy, after those eliminations, are barely going to be leading just in round 2.
Yeah. Walk away with this game with only 3 eliminations to our name and had that same thing that happened in game 1 happen in game 2. Not that that's the case, but I wonder if that maybe could have contributed to why they played as slow as we would deem, and a play that definitely needed to see a lot more aggression come through. Because I definitely agree. I think double toward Fatal Fields, don't be wrong.
There's just not enough on the map if you guys drop together, because you got to realize there's 100 players in the game, and a lot of eliminations are going to go to neither team as well. But amazing plays by High Sky, and you see the support system behind him. I do believe that is his dad, and I do believe his dad actually kind of helps him analyze his gameplay.
That's awesome,
and kind of helping him become a better player. And at this young of an age, then he has the whole world.
Yeah, the fact that his dad's sitting right behind him, supporting him every step of the way, that's going to take him even further than he already would be going.
Definitely, it's great to have that support system around you. And right now, Slappy pretty much playing support right now, double just below, and he will make very quick work. We saw that team form. It was like, finally, like, we have a group together who can really do a lot. But speaking of groups, we do have a few bracket updates here, guys.
Oh, I'm a fan of Mr. Savage and Benji Fish. I think they're going to win that matchup. But could you imagine in a perfect world, Tim the Tapman, King Richard, they move forward to winners semifinals to play against Ninja and Reverse?
That would be an amazing story.
Talk about the clout. That is going to be a great matchup, and you're for sure going to be seeing that on YouTube later on. Still waiting, though. Look at this. Tory Lanes, written by Ray. I mean, of course, they're moving forward, but I'm kind of curious. How are they going to fare off against their matchup? That's a solid one.
Yeah, you look forward at Ninja in Reverse, and you're like, okay. Like, we'll do our best. We'll see what happens. Like I said, it could be Landon or 2 twins. I'm not sure which twin is playing, but you got to give a shout out to those guys as well. I know they're both very, very talented players. I think Jesse has, or not, I forget which one of them has qualified. I think Jesse might have. Not exactly sure. Regardless, though, I'm not sure which one of them is playing them. Yeah, both on RNG, representing the Oceanic region along with Landon. Curious to see whether or not they could take that game. But let's go and take a look now at our losers bracket, get some updates, and possibly could see who has already fallen. It looks as if we're still waiting on a few of those games to go down. But regardless, though, this is fun, man. This is where it gets intense.
I'm looking at Jinji, Tina, and Maddie. 2 girls that, I love them in the competitive scene. Always hugely positive. Go check them out on their socials. But, man, they got a big matchup. Mongrel and Mitro, a talented team as well. Yeah. Moving forward. I'm curious how the Jinji girls are going to be able to come through with that. Also, Mako Frosty there on the bottom against Dubs and Mega. This could be the end of Mako and Frosty, depending. But Dubs and Mega, hey, I mean, will they be able to come through big? I don't know, but they do knock out our NBA 2K guys of London 2 Hype and Jester. Rest in peace, the Giraffe Squad.
Yeah, love those boys. But like I said, another team that ends up falling, Jacob.
Interesting to see, simply because one thing I look at is the Vicstar Svenos Mongrel Mitro match. That's very unfortunate for Vicstar and Svenos going up against a very good team in the winners.